Right, come on, you lot. Oh, there we go. Whoop, whoop. Good evening, everybody. We are live on the tube, and Facebook, as always, is lagging behind. Right, let's just get Facebook sorted out before we start. Here we go. We are good to go. Hi, Anna. Let me just turn these subtitles off. Nobody wants to see what Facebook's subtitles are interpreting me saying. Naughty Phil, I've not even started yet. So good evening to everybody on the tubes. Oh, hi Rob, how are you doing? Hi Jane, Margaret, Audrey, Shell, Karen, Jan, Dawn. And Jan, I'm sorry I didn't have time to do a little flyer for you. I've just not had time today. So it's supposed to be a bank holiday. I've never stopped. Surprise, surprise. And I've just ran out of time. But I am working on something really, really exciting that even the design team don't know about yet. I'm just going to turn my fan on. It's quite warm in here. Possibly because I've had the heating on all day. Oh, here we go. Right. So I've got 2 demos tonight. These are obviously 2 demos that I never got done on TV, and I thought it's just such a shame to waste them. So might as well make some use of them and show you 2 new ideas with your new stamps. So good evening to everybody. Facebook has finally kicked in. Oh, right, I need to scroll back. So Anna, I've already said hello to. Linda, Di, Pam, Anne, Caroli, Amanda, Georgine, Dorina, if I've said that right, Sue, Margaret, Lee, Jackie, Betty, Amanda, Marie, Zoe. Oh, bless you, Zoe. Well, hopefully I'll be able to take your mind off whatever it is. Karen, Julie, Kay, Catherine. Oh, look at your name. That's awesome. Tell me if I'm saying it right. Elvina. Oh, your name is awesome. Elvina Donnellan. Oh, that's awesome. Sandra, Tina, Doreen, Margaret, Lynn. Right, you're all coming in too quick. Julie, so good evening to everybody now because you're jumping on too quickly. Hi, Jean. Yeah, we've got 2 demos tonight. These are demos that I planned for the shows last week on Hobby Maker with the new frame makers. Now, I know that the frame makers have sold out and gone. That's it. There won't be any more. I've got no idea if Karen's got any stock hidden away. If she has and you haven't had your stamps yet, you need to get them really sharpish. I'm good, thank you very much, Rob. Busy as ever. Went to the pictures last night, which was nice. Expensive, but there you go. It was a nice night. Well done on both counts. That means I've said your name right. Well, I think your name's awesome. Hi, David. Hi, Jean. Jill. Marie. Christine. Everybody else. Julie. Carol. Joe. Anyway, so yeah, back to it. We've got 2 demos tonight. I've not eaten, so I'm going to try and aim to finish about 8:30. But you know me and plans. They don't seem to work very well together. So these are 2 demos, like I say, that I'd prepped for the Hobby Maker shows last week. I can see you've all started getting your goodies delivered because I've seen lots of cards in the Facebook group, so I'm glad you love them as much as I do. I've had so many people ask me about a Christmas set, which is really tricky because Christmas is done. However, if there's enough of you saying, please do a Christmas set, Phil, I will do a Christmas set for maybe September, just for you. I won't take it on TV. It'll be just available from me and from Julia. But I need to just make sure we went to see. I need to just make sure that enough of you want a Christmas set of the frame makers before I do it. We went to see Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, and I absolutely loved it. But that's my kind of thing. I like those kind of films. It was nostalgic. It was lovely. It was a nice way to finish it. If he has finished it, we shall see. We shall see. But he is, You could tell 20 years. You don't know what you're missing. It's a lovely night out. Anyway, so we're going to crack on. I'm going to clean my glasses just while I talk to you. So obviously I've just given you a little, Jeffrey, it's a sunny 65, breezy, kept the bugs away. Where are you, Jeffrey? It was freezing when I got up this morning. Mind you, I was up at 5:45, so I put the heating on. Yeah, you want Christmas set? Oh, I'm going to be outvoted, aren't I? I'm going to be outvoted. Hi, Christine. Right, so the glasses are clean. And we're going to get started. So these are two demos, like I say, that I prepped for TV. One that's quite simple, and using the vintage rust papers. We'll do that 1 second. The first one is using the Sunflower Secrets Creative Pack, and I wanted to do these demos. I knew I wouldn't have time, because by the time I'd gone through the concept of the frame makers on TV, and I had to do it on both shows, so apologies if you watch both shows and it was a bit repetitive, but I had to do it for the people that maybe didn't see the first show. But I really wanted to show you them being used with the creative packs, because you can obviously use your frame maker stamps with just about anything, and I think that's what makes them such a good buy. Oh, New Hampshire, how lovely. I think that's what makes them such a good versatile set of stamps, in that you can turn them to any style, whatever it is you're making. So we are going to do this top fold card first with the Sunflower Secrets Creative Pack. Now, before I forget to tell you, you're all telling me happy bank holiday. I really wouldn't know whether it's a bank holiday or not, Susan, to be honest, because every day is the same. You need to eat, my love. Love your shit. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Bring on Christmas. I can't wait to show you Christmas this year. Can't wait. I say that every year, but I think I've just really done a cracking job this year. You want more flour, more flour dyes. Well, you're going to be happy in August, because Floral Finery 3 will be in August. So prepare yourself for it, because there are a couple of new additions to Floral Finery this year. Well, I say this year, this is the second release. Hi, Karen. Which I don't normally do. So do I, Sharon. Which I don't normally do Floral Finery twice in a year. But the first set, the second release, well, it just sold out so quickly. So set 3 is coming. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, how can I pick on you, Cheryl, when you're in Portugal? Just for anybody who doesn't know, Cheryl, who's just said hi from Portugal, comes to my class on a Wednesday, and she's very naughty. She gets me to say naughty words that I would never normally say. Hi, Pamela. Anyway, so we are doing this A5 top fold card, and we are using the Sunflower Creative Pack. And I wanted to show you that you don't have to use the frames as they are. So for the front of this card, all I'm going to use is the corners, and I'm going to stamp off the edge of the paper. You'll have to wait and see. Do you know what, Di? I honestly don't know the answer to that. Karen is the one to ask. I genuinely don't know the answer to that, Di. What I will say to you is there's something brand new coming with Floral Finery 3, which I'm hoping will be, it'll either be August or September. I've not decided yet whether to do it August or September. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. 7 inches of rain. Crikey, it's been raining on and off here. Sharon says I know more naughty words than she does. She's learning them from me. Hi, Wendy, not to worry. Anyway, let's get cracking. So we are doing the front and the inside of this card. So I'm going to pop the inside just to one side. That's for the inside. The dragonflies are for the front. The border is for the front. Oh, no, that's for the front. And we are taking, this is actually, you know, when I was prepping this demo, you know I love a top fold card. They're one of my favourite things to do. And when I was prepping this demo with the sunflower kit, I was looking at which topper to put inside the aperture. So I've created an aperture look with the papers, and I was looking at which topper to put inside it. And I thought, do you know what? These papers are just absolutely stunning. It's such a shame to not showcase them. Oh, I need to tell you before I forget. I think the bank holiday sale is on today. Now, Karen will correct me. 34 degrees. I'm jealous. Hi, Mary. Karen will correct me, but I think the bank holiday sale, does it end at midnight tonight? So the bank holiday sale on the website is 20... Oh, I forgot where it is. Hang on, let me look. It's 20% off orders of £25 or more. So if you spend 25 quid, you're going to get 20% off that. It excludes the new releases because obviously it's not fair to people who have just bought the new stuff. So they've been hidden, whatever's left. So take advantage of that. This is a really good time, as I've told you before, to get stocked up. So get your big bottles of glue and things like that, because it's where you save a bit of money. Anyway, so going back to this. So this is actually one of the papers. It's not even one of the toppers. It's just one of the papers. And I thought, let's showcase these fabulous papers because they're just too good. They're too good. So we are going to use the corners on this set. So we've got choices. So at this stage, if you were to recreate this card, I've created the aperture with the rectangle dies, as you can see, and we could use one of the corners. If I start talking rubbish, forgive me, it's because I'm tired. We could do the corners, look, just to decorate the aperture. So to go around the outside of the aperture. And then, of course, you can elaborate that a little bit further and incorporate the border. Now, I'm not going to use the borders on the front. I'm just going to use the corners. Oh, which one shall I do? I like them both. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do the Nouveau Flourish, which is in the wrong package. Story of my life. Yeah, I thought it would be Sandra. That's why, Sandra, did you see the video I did a couple of weeks ago where I showed you how to get where I showed you how to find the center point of an oval for your shaped card blanks? Yeah, Karen's just confirmed. It finishes at midnight tonight, excludes new arrivals, 20% off £25 or more. So it's a cracking time to get your big dies, your big glues. Wendy, what do you mean you've not opened your creative packs? Oh, come on. You need to get cracking with that. So let me just get organised with this. I'm going to put this frame on first, this little outside thin frame, before I forget. And I need to put this on first because I am just going to stamp. Just forgive my hairy arms. There you go. And I did say arms. I need to put the frame on first so that I know how much space I've got for the corners. Right, giving that a good poke in. So we're going to pop the aperture on first. and then we're going to stamp the corners. Pop the frame around the aperture even. That makes more sense, doesn't it? So you know I love a top fold card, and that's what this is going to be. So now I know how much space I've got for these corners. I'm going to choose the small one. And I'm going to stamp it in Mowed Lawn, which is not a colour I use that often. Sorry, I'm lying to you, it's Rusted Wilderness. And I'm going to stamp the corners just off the page. Now, Rusted Wilderness is quite it's a true green. It's actually a really nice shade of green, yeah. And we're doing green on green. And I just want to stamp the corner just off the edge of the page. Oh, I've got the wrong glasses on. I thought it looked blurry. I'm glad you said paper, Rob. So I'm just going to take that little blobby bit off this. And we're going to stamp this corner just off the page. So although we're not using the frame maker has a full frame maker on the front of the card. By adding the corners onto the paper, we are tying in what we're going to do on the inside. So it will be completely coordinated, as you would expect. And whilst I've got this stamp out, I mean that looks fab just on the papers, look. We're going to stamp the corners on the inside as well. I did miss it. I'm trying to keep up with all your comments, but I can't, so let me just crack on with this. So this is now for the inside of the card. And Rusted Wilderness is, if you love the Sunflower Creative Pack as much as I do, Rusted Wilderness is a fabulous green. As you can see, it tones really nicely with the papers. I can't see whether that's straight or not because it's reflecting off the screen. That one's definitely not, but it will be fine. So we've now done the four corners just using the Nouveau Flourish corner. And that's the small one. Pop that back on its sheet so it doesn't get lost. That was the chair creaking and not me, just for clarity. And then this part here is going on foam tape. I'm not going to use the border. I'm going to save it because I think it'll be good on another card that I've got in mind. So this is being raised on foam tape. And I am using the 3mm for this so that it's higher. So that it's higher than the insert. Is Jean here and Chrissy? Oops. Let's put that on. I don't know why I prepped 4 demos for TV because I never get 4 done. Not when it's something that I need to explain. Sneaky peek next week, by the way. So a sneaky peek next week. Right, so we need to put this straight onto the white layer and make sure that we get it in the right position. It does actually, yeah. The green coordination's fabulous, look. And like I say, Rustic Wilderness is not one that I use very often, but it's actually a very good Christmas green as well. So let me just give you a tip for this in case you need to do it again. I'm just going to do this by eye. But let me just show you a tip for this. So if you know you've got to position some paper or something inside your aperture, just put your aperture on in position and then just do a point in the corners or whatever it is, whatever shape you're doing. So I know that my little background needs to be covering these four corners. And then we'll just do a quick check before I push that down. Oh, that is stunning. If you haven't got the sunflower kit, you don't know what you're missing out on. So this is also going on to the card on foam tape, but just the 2mm one. ISJ. It's a bank holiday, so I wasn't sure whether people would be wanting a live or not, but clearly you did. It's very humid in here. If it carries on like this, I'll be doing the lives in shorts next time. So we have got the aperture going onto this matte layer with 2 lots of foam tape. So the aperture is raised higher on 3mm. This one is just 2mm foam tape. I had the same trouble finding the live. Eventually, group wouldn't come up in the set. How bizarre! We're not in the group though, SJ. We're on the Facebook page. That could be why. Always want to live, bless you. Right, so let's get this on first. I don't know whether I've ever told you this before either, everybody. So you know when you've got, this is a really useful tip, worth remembering. You know when you've got long pieces of foam tape, I don't know whether you've ever noticed, because I do this instinctively, but when you're peeling it off, if you peel it off like this, you'll pull the card. If you peel it off like that, it doesn't bend the card. So just hold it in place and peel it towards you. I just do this instinctively now. And I won't swear at this foam tape, but I am internally swearing at it. And this is not having glue on because it's going on the front of my card. So let's just pop that straight on. So no glue. Spot on. And then the aperture can go on next. It must be, I must have just had I must have been naughty at some point for the foam tape to be misbehaving like this. So next week is sneaky peek. So Monday night is sneaky peek. Prepare yourself. Is it next week I'm back on? Yes, I think it is. Oops. This is really sticky, this stuff. It's doing my head in. nearly did. I nearly did. Not seen you since Creating Craft. Crikey, that's going back a bit, Mary. Yeah, so obviously Creating Craft's gone, so I've been a hobby maker since last September. So that's where you will see me. You remember to join the Facebook group. If you're new to us, let me just pop the address on for you. If you're watching for the first time, remember to join the Facebook group. I've just popped the name on, so just search on Facebook for that. You do need to answer the little question things it gives you when you ask to join. Otherwise, it automatically declines your request. Look how fab that looks now. How gorgeous is that? So that's the Facebook group, Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. And now we're going to move on to the inside of the card. So we've got the paper that is just going straight in. Straight onto this, I mean. And then we're going to do the verse. So now we're going to bring in the frame make part. So back with the platform, the stamping platform. And I'm going to pop the verse on first. And then I'll see how much space I've got left for the actual frame maker. So let's just create some space for myself. So the verse is going on first. It doesn't matter which one I put on, so this one will do nicely. And I am going to stamp it in the green. So it's going to coordinate with the green. In fact, let me put it down here because I know that's where it needs to be. So blah blah blah, birthday wish and all that palaver. We'll stamp this in Rustic Wilderness. And let's just see if I need to go in a second time. I shouldn't do, because this is quite a juicy ink pad. So let's see, let me get a drink just while I'm holding that down. Good evening to everybody who's just joined in. Yeah, did you order from Hobby Maker, Karen? It really is, Sharon. Sorry, Tim, if you're watching, but this is the best platform I've ever had, I've got to be honest. I don't even think you can get these anymore. Oh, look at that. That's spot on. Spot on. Right, so we're going to keep that in position. We'll keep the verse where it is. I'll clean my verse stamp. And pop that back so that it doesn't go astray. And we're going to use the small corner again from the Nouveau Frame Maker set. So the small corner, now I'll do this as if you've not seen these before. And I know that you can't get these anymore, but I wanted to show you this. This is what I was trying to do on TV. And when I first showed you the Frame Maker stamps last Monday, I was telling you it really doesn't matter what size piece of card you use. So this is obviously a die cut from the DEMOS double stitch rectangles. So this is not an A5 or an A6 or any particular size. It's just the size that the die is. And I wanted to show you that there are so many different border stamps in that set. it really won't matter. I'm not sure if that's 100% straight, but we shall soon see. So I'm going to pick these up. No, I'm not. I'm going to put the border in. I'm going to take one of the scrolly borders, I think. So I'm going to mix and match these. Let's see if I've got one that's small enough. Might not have. They might be too big. So we are going to the little diddy ones. Oh, I might not put the border on. Do you know what? I'm not. I'm going rogue, everybody. Do you know what, Michelle? I honestly hadn't had a chance to look. You just need to keep pestering me. I'm not going to put the border on. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Because we don't have to. And I've not used the border on the front, so let's just have the corner on. Let's just have the corners to match. Going rogue. And let me tell you something else. When I was getting everything set up for tonight, I came across... Oops, my slippers just fell off. One moment. One moment. And you're going to have to forgive me because I don't know whether we've got any of these left. I came across my Rococo stamps earlier. I came across the Rococo corners. Now, oh, this is just super exciting. So now look, you can see, you can take your corners from Rococo, your borders from Rococo. Can you see? Got the borders there. We've got some corners there, some corners there, corner there, corner there. And you can mix and match now. You can use the border lines from these two sets with your old Rococo stamps. And these are from 2021. How fab is that? Let's just turn that round and do the other side. I did also find another set of corner stamps that I've done, but I've put them somewhere and I can't find them. I was going to show you tonight. I've got subtitles. I've turned the subtitles off, so if it's showing you subtitles, it means you've got them on your device. So if you go to the bottom of the screen down there somewhere down here, there's a little button that's got CC on it. If you press that, you can turn the subtitles off. Oh, that looks so lovely. How beautiful is that? So clean the stamp. It's a strong green. Put the stamps back. And let's get this card assembled. I've done Sharon, honestly. Hi, Jean. I did ask where you were. It's because I've not had a chance to do the flyer, Jean. It's my fault. If you go back through all your old stamps of mine, you'll see that we've got quite a few corner sets and quite a few border sets over the years. You're going to be able to mix and match them with these new ones, which I think is just marvellous. Marvellous. Random pearls in the gaps. Yeah, my hinges have broke, Audrey. That sounded bad, didn't it? But my hinges broke, look. In the middle. Can you see the middle one's broke there? But I've got about 6 of these. They're all in reserve. I'm a what do you call it? What's the right? Multi-buy. Right, let's get this card put together. Now we've got a few little titivating jobs to do. corners they're just perfect. I don't think there's any of the new stamps left. I am unhinged, Julie. I can't say anything else. Oh, Jane. Wow. So, oh my God, Jane, I forgot all about them. Oh my God, Jane, I forgot all about them. Have I done any... Jane, do you know if I've done any of them since I left Creative Expressions? So, forgive me, everybody. Jane on YouTube has just said she's hoping to use the new frame makers with the sentiment corner stamps that I did a few years ago. Oh my God, Jane, I'd never even thought about that. I'm going to have a look later. I'm not going to do it now because we'll never get everything finished. What a cracking idea. I can't even remember, Jane, if I've done any. Have I done any corner sentiments since I've been on my own? Jeans hinges need oiling. Gorilla tape. It doesn't matter whether it's pretty, Carol, as long as it works. Hi, Teresa. Oh, Shell's just said yes, I have. Oh, Shell found out which ones they are. I'm going to get mine out. And when I say I'm going to get mine out, I mean the corner stamps. Just to be clear. Right, so let's pop the inside of this card in. This is why things like frame makers, corner stamps and everything are just so useful. Because it takes what would otherwise have been a plain background and we come, look at that, look how gorgeous that looks. I've just remembered which stamps it was. If we have time at the end, I'm going to get them out and we're going to see if they fit. It's time I did some new ones. No, I don't buy anything, that's true. Oh, actually, Audrey, I did buy the platforms. Right, so let's just get the front of this card finished. So this is where we're at, look. So we've got the recessed aperture. And the aperture, remember, is on 3mm foam tape. So it's a little bit deeper than normal too. So this is top fold card. It would actually look fabulous as a side fold as well. And this is where we're at, look. It's just polished. It's polished, I think is the right phrase. So let's get a little sentiment in here. Let's see what fits. Have a great birthday fits. Now that is a cracking idea, the sentiment corners. It must be a while since I've done them because I got fed up of doing them. But it just shows you again, it just shows you again how you can bring all your old stuff in. Oh, I've not even seen that, Shell. I'll get one off Pete. Just so I've got a backup. We've got two little tags cut from the doodah. The sentiment's going here, so I'm just going to pop the sentiment there. It will be glittered momentarily. So I'll just get some foam tape on. Just put a little bit of glue on. This is just going just underneath the aperture. So just underneath the aperture. And then these two little tags I've got here are just going to get glued together. Yeah, I'm not going to... I was going to stamp one of the corners on, but I'm not. So two little tags cut from the pack. I've shortened them a little bit So I did chop a little bit off the bottom of these. I've got a bow that I've already pre-done in twine. I've got a little charm here that I'm going to pop on as well when I find the twine. This is what happens when you leave a inky sponge on your twine. Don't do it. So let's just get this threaded through. And I'm going to tie that in a bow just so that it holds it in place. Not in a bow, just in a knot, so that it holds it in place. I've got thousands of charms that I forgot I'd got. So tags are going on first. It's going just there, so too high. Double the height so that it falls, it's higher than the aperture. And then I'll just have a little bit in that corner just to secure it in place. So this is going on first. Just making sure I've got the right bit showing. And then I'm going to pop this on next. So twines, little charms you can put on any which way you like. Now I like to put them on with a bit of glue before I put the bow over the top. So I'm going to have that just like that. Just hold that in place for a second, just to make sure it sets. And then we'll pop the bow on. I do like the craft twine with the sunflower pack. Snip a bit off that. And then we'll have a pearl in the middle of there. Now do we go green or do we go yellow? Let's find out. I've got glue on my fingers. Yeah, we're going green. I'm good at rhetorical questions, have you noticed? And then I'm just going to glitter the... You know what I'm going to glitter? I'm going to glitter the white layer underneath. Christmas sentiment corners. There's so much you can do, which is just awesome. Can't we get a little Phill charms? I've looked into it, Jean, because I really like charms, and I've got thousands. I went through a phase of buying them. And remember, I don't know whether anybody can remember, but when Dow Egberts used to do the vanilla coffee in the specialist coffees in the small jars, I've got hundreds of these with all sorts of different charms in, and I did look into it because I like them, but they're just so cheap, Jean, on the Bay and places like that. It wasn't worth me doing them. Right, so I'm just going to glitter the white layer underneath. I'm not glittering the aperture. So remember everybody, the 20% off ends at midnight tonight. It's 20% off £25 or more when you check out. And it's automatic, you don't need to put a code in or anything. And next week is sneaky peek time. So let me just do the edges first before I do the circle. Now I know not everybody likes glitter, but I quite like how it frames my cards. And I rarely do a card without glitter. Unless it's a man's card, and then I would probably still use glitter, but a darker colour. So the reason I've used the paper and the aperture, can you see what a fabulous focal point that just that little offcut from the papers has done for the card? It's not even one of the toppers from the creative packs, it's just a section that I've cut from one of the papers from the paper pack. And I just think that's amazing that you can just make it such a focal point. It's artwork at the end of the day. And we waste it, don't we? We use the papers in backgrounds, and look how that looks fabulous. And then I'm just going to put one more pearl on. I'm not going to do random. We're going to have one more on just underneath the sentiment. I must admit, the Sunflower Creative Pack is one of my favourites. Well, you must know that because I use it every opportunity I can. Oops. My ends fell off, Jean. That's it. It's been screwed back on. Well, that's true, Jean. Yeah, I did look into this. Remember when Sue did this? Remember when Sue did all the elements to make your own fancy pins and everything? I loved them. I use it as a glue poker now. So we've just got to pop the dragonflies on, and I've got 3 here, and I've chosen 3 different sizes, and these were cut from the scrap from the topper. So I'm not putting any glitter on these. I just want to shape, where's my bone folder? I just want to shape the edge. Right, let's just give these a little bit of a shape backwards. So 3 little dragonflies, which is better than the bee's nest that I found under the eaves of my kitchen roof earlier today. That's going to be fun tomorrow to sort out, I'm sure. Or not, as the case may be. Right, I'm just going to pop these on with some glue gel. So we're going to have the small one on the tag. That was the chair, just so you know. Small one on the tag. The biggest one at the bottom. Yep, dragonflies. I love dragonflies. Damselflies, dragonflies, love them. I do love butterflies as well, but dragonflies are my thing. So I'm going to have the big one. It's got to be this way. I need to clean my tweezers because they've got glue on them. And then the medium one just next to it on the inside of the aperture, and then we are done. And I'm just going to cover them glue gel blobs up. Because I don't like to see glue gel. Can't craft without it, but I don't like to see it. And now it just looks like we've got a sparkly base underneath the dragonflies. And there we go. So that's number one done. It's a good job I didn't do this on telly because it took longer than I thought it was going to do. I've lost my charm. That's it. And there we go, everybody. So that's a quick one using the corners from the Frame Maker sets without the actual borders. So just remember, you can use them to frame anything. Framing doesn't necessarily mean it's got to have the lines in it and the border. So that's the front of your card, which is showcasing that gorgeous sunflower image. Super easy to do. Remember, apertures look amazing with the creative packs. So if you've got any of my creative packs, it doesn't matter which one it is, and whatever shape aperture you create, it just looks awesome. And then we've got the inside to coordinate with the verse and the corners. It's just so easy to do, and it looks fabulous. And that is the charm clacking about on there. So that's demo number one done. We'll get a drink and then we'll move on to the second one, which is more masculine, using the Vintage Rust Creative Pack. And I prepped this one on purpose because we always forget about the men's cards and how to zhuzh them up a little bit. So this is a really, really simple card, using just a couple of elements from the... It's actually... I hope you're sitting down when I tell you this. This is actually a postable card. Thanks, Rob. I did just get a drink. Do you love your posh coffee? I just have dough Egberts, Karen. Shell, I've just seen what you said. All right, Audrey. So Audrey's just said, I mentioned last week that I might do a demo on making boxes. I'll add that to my list, Audrey. I'm trying to get started with the alcohol pens series for YouTube, but there's so much going on at the minute. It's ridiculous. Right, so what we've got here is... Oh, battered that. What we've got here is... I said 7x7, but I think I might have got that wrong. I think this is a 7 3/4. I love these colours together. So what we've got here is the alabaster white. So my card base and the most of the layering is alabaster. This lovely chocolatey brown here is called coffee bean. And then this one here is called warm stone. And these colours go really, really well with the papers from the Vintage Rust kit. So I've literally, all I'm using for this is to go around the inside of the aperture. So we're going to frame the outside and we're going to frame the inside of this, which I thought was another way of showing you how to use the frames with an aperture. So let me just show you, because more often than not when we create the apertures, this piece is left redundant, because we usually end up popping a larger piece underneath to cover up the edges. So this time I'm not. We're going to make that a focal point. We'll start with the easy part, which is the actual frame maker again. So we'll bring the platform back in, and I'll use the scrolly one this time, just so that we've used, just so that we've used a different, the other stamp set. I'm going to move that because I've just squashed it. Of course I have. So we're going to use the scroll one this time. So we already know how easy it is to use the frame makers on square card, because this is the easiest way to do it. You don't need to do any measurements or anything like that because it's all done. But instead of using the borders, I'm going to use one of these little embellishments. So we'll do the big corners on the outside. So the big corners on the outside. I'm trying to line that up. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm using the point, I don't know whether you can see what I'm doing. I'm using the point of this stamp to try and get it more or less symmetrical. I'm just bringing it to me a bit. So just before or just after the outer edge. And of course it stuck to my finger. So just after the outer edge. That needs to come in a little bit. Oops, not that much fill. That looks good enough. And then this time we're going to use one of the little doodahs. So remember, you can change the look of these as well, because this can be the opposite direction or it can be the same. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to do it the opposite, just to be different. So we are still we are creating a frame, but we are creating a frame without the lines in the middle. We're using the extra embellishments for this. Now I'm stamping with frayed burlap tonight because it's one of my favourite colours, as you know. And frayed burlap is awesome with these colours of brown. So squares are dead easy, as we know. I'm going to do the top and bottom. Oh, that's lush. I'm going to go on again. How fab is that? It looks really, really elegant. So it's a man's card, but it's very elegant. And why not? Why not? I just wanted it a little bit darker. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. So because I've left these corners on, obviously I can't do this one. I need to turn it over. That's only because I've done 2 corners instead of 1. So if this is the first time you've seen frame makers, you would normally take off this one on the right and you would just do this side and then rotate, repeat, rotate, repeat. But I've already I've done 2 corners at once. I did tell you when I first showed you these that you would find your own quick ways of doing it. So you know what I need to do next, don't you? You know I just need to take off the 2 corners. Oh, this colour is awesome. I've got to be honest with you, I really like browns and greys on cards. So we've got the four corners done and 2 of the strips. Let me get a clean white for my stamp. I'm not going to do it with the green one. Oops. I've got really good at saying oops instead of the word I want to say. Which is nothing like oops, I promise you. So I'm just going to take the corners off. I'm going to leave the middle bit on because it's a square. Take the corners off, leave the middle bit on, and then I've just got to rotate that again. This must be a juicy ink pad because it's still quite wet on the cardstock. Oh. And let's do this. You can't go wrong, can you, on a square? I'm going to do it one more time. And then we're going to flip that over and do the other side. So no splats, no nothing. Clean, classic outer edges. And then one more time to make sure I've got the depth of colour the same. And then we will move on to the inside part of this card. So this time we are going to use the verse stamps, but we're not going to use them. We're not going to use the verse. We're just going to use one of the sentiments. So if I just show you that, how gorgeous is that? So easy to do. And because it's easy to do, I've missed something. You know it's magnetic. Yeah, it's magnetic, look, they don't move. So we'll move now on to the front part of this, the little topper. So I've got my little aperture here that I did that fits the outside of this frame. This is going on first. And then that gives me the space I need for the inside. So we're going to coordinate the topper because I'm going to raise this higher than the aperture. We're going to coordinate this with the embellishments that we've just popped on. I've got glue all over my fingers, which is not helping me put things in the right place. There we go. And these papers, look, it's just a tiny bit of the cogs and the gears showing, and it's enough, isn't it? It's just class in a glass. I think we'll go that way. So I've now covered the, I've put the aperture on, and we're going to bring that back in on the platform. And this is where you can have a little bit of fun. Use your platformers for how they were designed to make the job easier. So we'll pop the sentiment on first. Now in the verse sets, you've got loads of little sentiments in the verse set. So let me just find one. Let me just find one that takes a bit more space. So have a wonderful day. Oh, happy birthday to you. Have an awesome day. It's your special day. Have a wonderful day. Takes more space. No, let's have a brilliant day. Have a brilliant day. That's what we're having. Have a brilliant day. So you'll be thinking, why have we just got a small sentiment going on that big piece like that? And it's because we are going to now bring in the corners. And this is a really clever way to, I'm just making sure that's straight. Yeah, it looks it. It's a really clever way to maximise the cardstock that you've already got. So this time we're going to take the smaller corners. I'm just going to do the same thing that I did before, but with the smaller corners. So we're coordinating, just making sure I've got enough space there. Yeah. We're coordinating with the doodahs. So I'm just doing the corners this time. Now if you want to make the job easy, you can just do the 4 corners, which is what I'm going to do. I'm not doing the inside bit. So corners, sentiment. I'm doing the 4 corners first. I'll do it a second time. Remember as well, when you get your, well, I've got a piece there, look. I can't say this enough. When you get yours, just be careful of little bits of diamond dazzle, look, because they do leave a little disc shape on your stamped image, which is what's happened there. I will look back at the questions and that later, once I've had my dinner. That's marvellous. So I'm just going to turn that upside down. I'm going to take the sentiment off. And do the other 2 corners. I don't know what my neighbours must think if they can hear me knocking away like that. Oops, I don't think I've gone far enough into the corner. Oh, never mind. Right, so we've now got the front to sort of coordinate with the inside to sort of coordinate, look. So we've got the smaller corners, but we're going to add a little bit more of embellishment in there. And this is why on the sets I included this little individual one. In fact, I might do this. No, I better do it. Oh, I'm going to do it by hand. I'll do it by hand. We're going to do one little flow all the way around. I can't see what anybody's saying to me at the minute, but I will look later. So we can either bring back in the little tash thing. Look, so we can either bring that in. In fact, I'm going to do that. I am just going to do this by eye. By eye. Obviously, if you want it to be straight, it needs to go on the platform, but I didn't push the card up enough, that's why it's gone too close there. So opposite way around to what's in the frame. So I'm doing the opposite way, so I'm going this way this time. I'm just going to try and line this up as good as I can without the platform. Joe's asking if the verse stamps are available, but I honestly have no idea, because everything's sold out. We sold out about 6 times. Every time Karen put the extra stock back in, it had gone. So I genuinely don't know, Joe, if there are any left. I think we need to be quick these days. But Karen's the one to tell you. Oh, that looks fab. So we've now taken the frame maker and used it in a completely different way again. So every time I use these, I use them in a different way, which I think is just awesome. So I'll just clean this. Pop that back on there. And let's pop this card together now. I'm going to leave that just for a second to dry. We're going to let me just remember whether I'm doing... No, I'm not. This is going on flat. I got mixed up then. What card do you use for the card base? So you can. It's not thick at all. If you don't know the answer, Karen, don't ever be scared to ask. So I only use my own card stock. I rarely make full cards. You can obviously buy card blanks. We sell proper card blanks, like the top fold ones that you saw me use on the sunflower card. And then for cards like this, where I created my own size. So this is not a card blank. This is just a card front. In fact, what time is it? I might have time to show you. I'm going to show you, Karen, because I think it's handy to know these things. So foam tape. I'm going to show you how to make a card blank just from normal cardstock, because I don't generally do normal sized cards. So I quite often have to, if I'm making a card, I quite often have to make my own. And it's just 2 pieces the same size. It's just 2 pieces the same size as the base, with a little score line down about 1/2 centimetre, 3/4 centimetre down. And then that creates the fold. Alright, I can see Karen's just answered you. So you'd need to check back in the morning after the sales finished at midnight. Good time to get your creative packs, everybody, if there's any left, or stock up. In fact, I don't think there's many left, so right, let's get this card put together. Drop my slipper again. So let's get this laid up. So you'll notice that I've just put the aperture on flat this time. And that is because we are going to raise up the central part. And that is going on the thicker foam tape. Imagine me making a card that you can actually post. It needs reporting to somebody. Oh, let me tell you this, everybody. This is going to make you laugh. Oh, I don't even know whether I'm allowed to say it, but I'm going to do. So the other day, when did we have our last live? Did we have one, not Thursday, so last Monday, so Tuesday morning I got up last Tuesday morning. I don't know whether Karen saw this, but last Tuesday I got up after we'd done our live on the Monday evening, and I'd got a message from Facebook saying they'd removed the video from the night before, and if I wanted to appeal, or click here or something, it said, if I wanted to appeal their decision, I needed to click this appeal. So I thought, well, why would they remove my video? So I clicked on it, and it said their automated system had found nudity, more specifically women's boobs and nipples. Now, what are the odds that there are going to be any boobs on my videos, specifically ladies? Oh, it was hilarious. It made me laugh. I'm like, really? You show me where you've seen any boobs on my videos. Right, so we've just got a couple of little embellishments to go on here, and then that is it. I'm not putting anything else on this. Glue gel. I'm like, really? And obviously I appealed their decision, which meant they had to actually look. They had to actually look and not just use an automated, whatever it is, a bot or whatever they called it. And the video got reinstated within about 20 minutes, I've got to say, but it just made me laugh. Of all the things to ban my video, women's boobs. Which I just thought was hilarious. Like, that's gonna happen in my craft room. Right, so 3 little cogs, and I'm doing nothing else to that. Nothing else to it. Very simple, lots of layers. Frame maker drawing your eye to the centre. And tell me what I'm looking for. The lid for my glue. Just 3 little cogs at the bottom. And I did say cogs. And there you go, look. So that's using the frame makers in there, just with the corners and the extra embellishments. Do you know what, Sandra? It just made me laugh. Of all the things to ban my video, to remove my video for, and that's 3 little embellishments from the Vintage Rust Creative Pack. So we've got a little bit of dimension, look. It's quite a thick card because there's quite a few layers on it. 2, 4, 6 layers on that. But there you go. I wanted to just do something simple and show you. So that is using the frame makers just with the corners on a man's card. Doesn't have to be elaborate. And then this is me using the Sunflower Secrets Creative Pack. Obviously more elaborate, but still quite easy to do, and it just looks really glamorous. And there we go. So that's two demos that I never got done on TV. I can't remember why I had that tag there, but I'll save it because I'm not going to waste it. And there we go. Easy peasy man's card. You can obviously miss out some of the extras on there as well if you want. I rarely do simple cards, as you know. Very rarely, if ever. So that's one for the Facebook box. A boob in every corner. Do you know what? You know, if I get up in the morning and they've taken the video off again. Oh, Elizabeth, not to worry. Yeah, you'll be able to watch from the beginning again. It'll still be on YouTube. Missed what? Oh, Wendy says, why is no one making comments? But they are. There we go. Right, so job done. I'll do a couple of quick reminders for you of the all the socials and everything. So obviously, if you haven't yet, please do get on the tube and get yourself subscribed to YouTube. I keep telling everybody repeatedly that eventually all my live videos are going to be on YouTube. I won't do them on Facebook eventually. So get yourself subscribed to the YouTube channel. It's free. And then obviously you've got access to all the videos that are already on there. My TikTok is Phill M. Martin. Instagram is the same. The Facebook group I'll just do a quick reminder of. Remember, Saz is live tomorrow evening for you as well on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. So Saz will be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow with another demo. And there's something else I needed to tell you, but I can't remember what it is. There it is. And that's the Twitter one. So I can't remind you enough about getting subscribed to YouTube. That's where it's going to be sooner rather than later, I think. Because then the videos are there for prosperity. Facebook, as you know, is deleting the videos after 30 days now. So there won't be a library on Facebook eventually. They will all be on YouTube. So it's really important that you get yourself subscribed. It's just an email address. It's free. And then obviously you've got access to all the videos that are on there. Right, giveaway. What can I do for the giveaway? Karen knows I'm going to ask her what to do, because I don't know what I can do as the giveaway. Can't be that, can't be that, can't be that, can't be that. Karen, we should have planned ahead for this, because I don't know what to do for the giveaway. Give me an idea, Mel. I have to water the garden. Water the garden? It's been throwing it down here. I'll see you next week. Don't forget, it's Sneaky Peek. Sneaky Peek. Pre-order new stuff next Monday. I do shall, to be honest, especially these days, because Facebook is a bit of a pain. Yeah, that's a good idea, Lee. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a pack of the top fold card and envelopes. Might be craft, it might be white. So let's do that. So everybody on YouTube, yeah, it's true, Brenda. YouTube is much better. I actually think the quality of the video is better as well. We're going to do a pack of the top fold card blanks. So we'll do white on YouTube and craft on Facebook. So if your name is chosen and you're watching for the first time, you have to send me a private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with your name and address and just a reminder of what you've won. So YouTube, sorry, is a pack of the top fold card blanks in white. So good luck, everybody. I'm scrolling. It's just random, don't forget. Unfortunately, Karen, you can't win. Oh, my mouse has landed on Shell. So Shell Porter on YouTube, congratulations, my darling. You've just won yourself a pack of the white card blanks. So you know the drill now. Private message, Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. So thank you, everybody on YouTube. I will see you next Monday for the new release Sneaky Peek live, or Thursday evening in the Facebook group for our happy hour deal. Facebook, I'm getting my words mixed up. So good luck to everybody on the Facebook. I mean, that's really quick. I wouldn't call it a fab make, but there you go. I wanted to show you a more masculine card. So just scrolling. Just making sure I've gone right to the top. And my mouse has landed on Anne Cooper. So Anne Cooper, congratulations, you've won yourself a pack of the top fold card blanks in craft. So you know the drill. Private message, Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, and a reminder of what you've won with your name and address. So thank you, everybody. At least we've managed to have a little bit of a catch up, and 2 demos that I never got done on TV, so they've not been wasted, which is marvellous. So enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you on Thursday for our happy hour special deal and demo at 7 p.m. only in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, get yourself in there. You're missing out. So thanks everybody. I will see you all soon and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.